So here's the question. As a real estate investor, how do you build a business that you're excited to show up to every day while you constantly grow your stream of passive income that you and your family can depend on for life without having to leave your computer or even live somewhere that houses are affordable? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. Welcome to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast with your host, Brian Elwood.
Guys, Brian here. Welcome back to another episode. So I just got out of my massage that I mentioned in the previous episode, and you would think that I should be all chill and relaxed now, which I am, and then I should probably take the rest of the day off and sort of enjoy the benefits of getting a massage, but nope. I want to talk about real estate some more. If you aren't this passionate about real estate or about what you do, then figuring that out is your number one first job you've got to do. And then that informs kind of all the other actions from there. Don't skip that step, guys. That's 101, business 101 right there, is do what you're passionate about. So part two of this virtual investing sort of series is I want to talk about another really important variable when you're investing virtually, and that is the economy. So who here knows about their local economy? Where you live right now, do you know much about it, about the economy there? Do you know what economic sectors drive the economy in your city? An economic sector is basically like a segment of the economy that makes a product and sells it or a service for money and is significant. Examples would be like if you have a Chrysler plant in your town, or you might have a FedEx headquarters, and these things basically provide a ton of jobs for the people that live in your city. Therefore, they support the economy. Some cities harvest natural resources, like oil or natural gas, coal, whatever it might be. And because there exists natural resources nearby the city, again, it creates jobs. It creates things that can be sold. More people want to move there. The government, can tax people more easily, get things done. And there is a demand, most importantly, for real estate. That's where you fit into this whole thing. Another one I forgot to mention is colleges. Colleges usually draw people to cities, and it's a good thing to have a college. Memphis is kind of known as a good city for real estate investing because it's got FedEx, it's got Nike, it's got the International Cargo Airport, it's got University of Memphis. It's got like all the economic sectors for virtual real estate investing. And so the point of having multiple economic sectors is that if one of them were to collapse, like FedEx moved out of Memphis, it wouldn't matter that much because you've got all those other economic sectors still supporting the economy there. Whereas other towns where there's only one thing that drives the economy, you got to be careful. Like there's a little town in Tennessee called Clarksville that I've got a handful of properties in, and I kind of realized that town is only really supported by the military. There's a military base there called Fort Campbell, and that funds a lot of the people that live there. They're in the military, and they rent houses in the area. So a lot of my tenants are military in Clarksville. And that's not necessarily good that I bought a bunch of houses there. I mean, they were cheap. You know, it's hard to turn down a $30,000 house that's going to rent for $700 a month. You know, after doing 10 grand in repairs or whatever, it's a good deal. But the risk is the economic sectors are not diverse there. If that military pulls out of Clarksville, I don't know what's going to happen to my rentals. They're not going to be in as high of a demand as they are now. And that's problematic. You don't really want that. I don't think I'm going to be too screwed on those or anything, but I am probably not going to buy a whole lot more there. And I'm going to keep looking, you know, in areas where there's more going on, bottom line. So that's sort of in a nutshell how economy fits into real estate investing. You just want a city with multiple economic sectors existing there. The last thing I'll say, and this really ties in with that, is you want to make sure that the population is growing in your city that you invest in, not declining. And you can do a simple Google search to kind of figure out if that's the case or not. But if the population is kind of flatlined or declining in a city, it's a bad sign. People are moving away from that city for some reason. They're moving to other cities where the conditions are more favorable. So you definitely want to invest in a city that is growing. Yeah, that's about it. So other than what I said in the previous episode, the rent to price ratio has to fall within that 1% to 2% rule. You need to make sure that the economy is strong in the market that you invest in. There needs to be multiple economic sectors and the population should be growing. If you've got all those things, you have my permission to buy. You're pretty much cleared to invest at that point. You don't want to overanalyze. There could be there's always going to be a better market and a better house out there that you could have bought than the one that you will buy. But it's pretty hard to screw it up as well if you do check off all the boxes before you make a decision. You'll do well either way. It's like when you're playing Monopoly. You don't wait the whole game for it to land on Boardwalk and Park Place to try and buy those. You buy whatever you pretty much land on in that game. As long as you can afford it, you buy it. And real estate investing is honestly not that much different. It's just a more complicated version of Monopoly. If the numbers make sense, you buy the house when the opportunity arises. And, you know, the more little green houses you put on the board, the easier it is to win the game. Hands down. The whole thing kind of falls over on itself when your portfolio starts buying new houses for you because you've got so much cash flow coming in. You can see how the whole thing just kind of explodes in a compound way. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate everyone who takes the time to listen to this show. And I really want to help you guys and gals create freedom for yourselves through real estate. That's what this is all about at the end of the day, is improving your lifestyle, day-to-day life. I want you to be able to call the shots, what you do, when you do it, where you do it, how you do it, with whom you do it, because you've got money coming in from rentals to pay your bills so you don't have to answer to a boss or go do crap that you don't like with the one life that you have. It's messed up and people should not have to do it. And real estate is a way out from that. So remember, guys, you're just a dozen houses away from your freedom. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Want more? Get your free copy of Brian's book that is changing real estate businesses everywhere. Just go to www.fireyourself.net. Also, register for your free virtual real estate investing online masterclass at virtualinvestingclass.com.